Good day, automotive enthusiasts, and welcome to a journey back in time to explore a vehicle that wasn't just a car, but a cornerstone of industrial history, the 1903 Ford Model A. In the grand tapestry of automotive innovation, few vehicles hold as much symbolic weight as this humble two-seater. It was more than just Ford Motor Company's first production automobile. It represented Henry Ford's defiant step into an industry fraught with challenges and failures. Released in July of 1903, the Model A wasn't merely a product. It was the financial lifeline that secured the nascent company's future and cemented Henry Ford's position as a serious contender in the burgeoning automotive market. Without its initial success, the iconic Ford legacy we know today, including the revolutionary Model T, might never have materialized. This car truly was where it all began. Before the triumph of the 1903 Model A, Henry Ford's journey in the automotive world was marked by significant trials and tribulations. His earlier ventures, notably the Detroit Automotive Company and the Henry Ford Company, both ended in commercial failure, largely due to internal conflicts over production strategies and Ford's relentless pursuit of perfection. These setbacks, rather than discouraging him, fueled his resolve to create an affordable and reliable automobile for the masses. On June 16, 1903, with just $28,000 in capital from 11 investors, including himself, Ford Motor Company was officially incorporated. This was a precarious beginning for what would become an industrial giant, a stark reminder of the immense risks involved in pioneering new industries. Ford knew that his third attempt had to succeed, making the first car he produced paramount. The launch of the 1903 Model A was not just a product release, it was a desperate gamble for the newly formed Ford Motor Company. By July 1903, the company was teetering on the brink of insolvency, with less than $223 in its bank account. The very first Model A was sold to Dr. Ernst Penning of Chicago on July 13, 1903, marking a monumental moment that literally kept the company afloat. This crucial transaction, along with a few subsequent sales, injected much-needed capital and confidence into the struggling enterprise. The early sales were slow, but each car sold represented not just revenue, but a tangible proof of concept, demonstrating that Henry Ford could, indeed, build and sell a viable automobile. This initial success provided the crucial momentum to push forward, proving critics wrong and validating his unwavering belief in his product. The 1903 Ford Model A was a testament to simple, functional engineering, embodying Henry Ford's philosophy of practicality. It was primarily offered as a two-seater runabout, though a four-seater version with a rear tonneau was also available, providing slightly more versatility. At its heart was an 8-horsepower, horizontally opposed two-cylinder engine. This modest power plant was positioned beneath the seat, driving the rear wheels through a two-speed planetary transmission and a chain drive. Steering was accomplished not by a wheel, but by a tiller, characteristic of early automobiles, which required a different driving technique than modern cars. The vehicle's body was minimalistic, reflecting the era's focus on mechanical function over elaborate aesthetics. This straightforward design made it relatively easy to manufacture and maintain, aligning with Ford's goal of accessibility. For its time, the 1903 Ford Model A offered a respectable balance of performance and practicality. With its 8-horsepower engine, the car could achieve a top speed of approximately 28 miles per hour, a truly exhilarating pace on the unpaved roads of the early 1900s. While this might seem slow by today's standards, it was more than sufficient for personal transportation and local errands, significantly outperforming horse-drawn carriages. The Model A's simplicity in design also translated to a degree of reliability that was crucial for gaining public trust in automobiles. Drivers found it relatively easy to operate, a significant advantage in an era where cars were still intimidating to many. Its straightforward mechanics meant that basic maintenance could often be performed by owners, making it a viable option for a broader demographic beyond just the mechanically inclined elite. It was a dependable workhorse. The 1903 Ford Model A was priced at $750, a strategic decision by Henry Ford to make automobiles more accessible to the burgeoning American middle class. While this sum was still significant, equivalent to roughly $25,000 to $30,000 in today's money, considering inflation and average wages, it was considerably lower than many luxury vehicles of the era, which could easily cost thousands of dollars. At a time when the average annual income was around $500, purchasing a Model A represented a substantial investment, often requiring families to save for years. However, its affordability compared to competitors meant that it opens the door for a wider segment of society to own an automobile, fulfilling Ford's vision of democratizing personal transportation. This pricing strategy was a precursor to the mass-market approach that would define Ford's later success with the Model T. Despite its initial slow sales and the company's financial fragility, the 1903 Ford Model A achieved respectable commercial success, especially considering the nascent state of the automotive industry. From its introduction in 1903 until its replacement in 1904, approximately 1,750 units of the Model A were produced and sold. This impressive production volume for its time generated critical revenue for the Ford Motor Company, allowing it to move beyond survival mode and invest in future research and development. Each sale not only provided capital, but also helped build Ford's reputation for producing reliable and relatively affordable vehicles. The Model A's sales success proved that there was a viable market for such cars, validating Henry Ford's business model and providing the financial stability necessary to pursue even more ambitious projects, ultimately laying the groundwork for the groundbreaking Model T. The legacy of the 1903 Ford Model A extends far beyond its modest sales numbers. This foundational vehicle was instrumental in demonstrating the viability of Henry Ford's vision to create reliable, affordable transportation for the masses. Its success, albeit limited, provided the crucial financial and experiential platform upon which the revolutionary Model T would eventually be built. Lessons learned from the Model A's design, manufacturing, and marketing directly influenced the development of its iconic successor. It showcased the potential for standardized parts and assembly, even if not yet fully realized as true mass production. The Model A proved that Ford Motor Company could deliver a product that resonated with consumers, instilling confidence not just in the company, but in the nascent automotive industry itself. It was the crucial first step on the road to automotive revolution. In conclusion, the 1903 Ford Model A stands as a monumental figure in automotive history, not for its groundbreaking technology or record-breaking performance, but for its sheer foundational importance. It was the vehicle that quite literally saved Ford Motor Company from an early demise, securing the future of one of the world's most influential industrial enterprises. More than just a car, it was a symbol of Henry Ford's resilience, his belief in accessible transportation, and his unwavering commitment to his vision. The Model A's journey, from a desperate financial gamble to a successful initial production run of 1,750 units, laid the essential groundwork for all future Ford innovations, including the game-changing assembly line and the ubiquitous Model T. Its legacy is etched into the very fabric of modern industry, reminding us that even the grandest achievements often begin with a single, pivotal first step. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey.